Yesterday, me and my friend was arguing back and forth because he's a Lakers fan, and he likes to express himself too much. He was basically saying that the Lakers are gonna win the championship next year, and I said, you know what, it's not even all too serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people have to understand something, okay? Sure. No, you know what? Let me get back to what I was saying. Yes, so me and my friend yesterday, you know what I'm saying? He's a big time LA Lakers fan since '03. You know what I'm saying? So basically he's a lifelong Laker fan. Um, so he's just like I said, he was just telling me how the Lakers are gonna win it. We got a good core, you know what I'm saying? And I said that okay, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Like he said that you're not gonna rub it in my face, and I said I don't have to. Like you doing it for me. You know what I'm saying? And I said okay. So what's wrong? So you see, basically said okay. Tell me what's wrong with the Lakers then. What weakness do you see besides us having old legs? Because they only have one player that's under 23, and that's none. You know what I'm saying? So, and I said, first of all, floor spacing. Okay? You got rid of Caruso. Now, I'm not saying that Caruso was the heart and soul of the team, but he did all the little things. You know what I'm saying? Um, and when you look at Nunn last year, not last year, but the year before, he had to start in his very first NBA playoff game. Remember when Dragic was hurt? He had to start, and he struggled bad. He struggled bad. Like he showed flashes, but it was just too inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? They have Malik Monk. Like he only had one start in his whole entire career. So, and then you bring back the White Howard like he's gonna add a dilemma, or he's gonna add a difference to what was once a fairy tale line. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, the Lakers capitalized off of that bubble championship because a lot of players was hurt. Damian Leonard was hurt. Murray from the Kyle Murray from the no, he wasn't hurt. Yeah, so Damian Leonard I think was the only player that was hurt in the bubble. You know what I'm saying? And half of the Miami Heat roster was hurt. You know what I'm saying? So the Lakers took advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? So now the media has got into a point where they're just going to say, oh, the Lakers and the Nets are heavy favorites. You know what I'm saying? So let me go back to what I was saying to my friend and stuff like that. Sorry, I got carried away. So I just said that floor spacing is one. You know, Westbrook is a terrible free throw shooter. Not free throw shooter. He's a terrible 3-point shooter. My bad. Uh, he just sees one lane. Like he's just a narrow dude. Like he sees one lane. Like he doesn't see the court. Like he doesn't have court vision like that. You know what I'm saying? And then he said that free agency is not over, right? Like you can bash all the picks, all the not picks, but all the signings that the Lakers did, but you know it's gonna pay dividends at the end. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but I mean, I digress. I just said, I just leave it at that. And then he's been clowning my Knicks, saying, "Ha, what you Knicks doing? Your Knicks ain't doing nothing. What they got? They got Fournier and who? And Kemba Walker. Okay, yeah, I can see why nobody wants to go there." And I said that, you know what? I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, It's the little details, it's the little things, that matters. I told him, you know what I'm saying? Because he always liked the big. He always liked looking at the big picture. He never likes to look at the small things, you know. Because I remember when the Giants, was just making under the radar moves, and this was when the Giants were the Giants, when they had Earth, Wind, and Fire. They was just making little moves here and there. You know what I'm saying? While Cowboys and Eagles and Washington were just signing big, massive contracts to players. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when the Washington Redskins at the time signed Albert Hainsworth to that massive deal. That blew up in their face. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you look at the Giants, they just did the little things. You know what I'm saying? They just pinpoint. They just detail. They just looked at the small details. They didn't look at the big picture. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, I'm not saying that the Lakers are gonna go bad or gonna do bad, but they're gonna struggle to win games. Best believe they're gonna struggle to win games. Melo has never played with LeBron James outside of the Olympics. That's the only time, or probably the All-Star game. That's the only time, they've been teammates. You know what I'm saying? So there's a little bit of chemistry there. You know what I'm saying? But like, all those dudes are old, man. Like, all of them are in their 30s, except for Chris, who's 23. You know what I'm saying? So, I just don't know. So, anyways, I just said that, you know what? Do you? At the end of the day, we'll see where our respective teams are at. You know what I'm saying? Like around, let's see, like around in the middle of October, we'll see where we at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we'll see who gets the last laugh. You know what I'm saying? After it all, boils down. But I just think that it's, in my opinion, I think it's a bad idea. And I always thought that LeBron James have no power. He does. He really doesn't. For the retards out there that think that LeBron James have power, he's making moves. Just have Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss written all over it. It really do. Because if you really look back at the players that LeBron James chose when he was doing his NBA picks, I think it was Kevin Durant or Giannis. No, I think it was Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant and Kevin Durant and LeBron James. First, it was Curry and LeBron, and then it was Giannis and LeBron, and then I think this year it was Team Durant versus Team LeBron James, and you could see how LeBron James maneuver his picks. He was not gonna come. I mean, come on, LeBron James signing, come on. But at the end of the day, LeBron James have no power. He just goes out there and play. That's just my opinion. He just goes out there and plays, and he let the front office do, them. You know what I'm saying? I don't think LeBron James would have signed Carmelo Anthony. I don't think LeBron James would have signed Russell Westbrook. I think that's just all front office doings. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, this has Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss written all over it. Because if you saw how LeBron James draft his players in the All-Star in the past 3 seasons or the past 3 years, Curry, you know what I'm saying? He went up against Curry. He went up against Giannis. He went up against Team Curry, Team Giannis, Team Durant. You saw how he picked and chose his players. You telling me that LeBron James was going to pick Russell Westbrook? No. But you know what? Y'all going to eat it up because y'all are dumb as hell. And y'all believe anything the media says. So why shouldn't it be any different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think Michael Jordan said, "Oh, let's draft Scottie Pippen. Oh, let's draft Dennis Rodman. Oh, let's draft Steve Kerr. Oh, let's bring in Longley in here." You know what I'm saying? No. Michael Jordan let the front office do them. He just handled the winning aspect of things. He didn't sit back and say, "Oh, let's draft this, let's draft that." Now, occasionally NBA players have that power now where star-driven players have that power now where they can have their 2 cents on who they want to pick or who they want to draft. Maybe LeBron James did have a say in it. Who knows? We don't know. We're not in the boardrooms. We're not in the meeting rooms. So the only thing we have to hang our hats on is the result. And the result is that Westbrook is on the team. Westbrook played with Melo. So you see how this all mesh, right? Like, this doesn't mesh well. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? It is what it is. Like I said, the Lakers are going to struggle to win games. They might probably go 1-3, 1-4, 1-5, 1-7. And then everybody's going to start pointing fingers. Oh, we knew this was not going to... The Lakers did this before, right? Signing Karl Malone and Gary Payton. Not too long ago, my Knicks did the same thing. My Knicks was the oldest NBA team, right? When they signed Kurt Thomas and Camby and Kenyon Martin and Jason Kidd, and we still had Mari Stoudemire and Melo. But you know what? We still had youth. We still had some youth. J.R. Smith, I believe, was 27 at the time, or 28. We had a rising star out of Iman Shumpert. We had Chris Copeland. We had Steve Novak. We had Raymond Felton. Well, I don't think we had Raymond Felton at the time, but we had youth versus wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we went far in the playoffs. But the Lakers just have a bunch of old heads that, one, can't stay healthy, no floor spacing, and no bench. And then you bring it back to Dwight Howard, like he's going to bring you the same intensity that he brought to you when he won the championship. No, it's not good. It doesn't work that way. It'll never work that way. And for the people who say, "Oh, the Lakers and the Nets are going to be in the final," like, no. First of all, the Nets right now, they're dysfunctional. You know, they're hanging their hats on the big three, which I think the Nets just did it for marketing purposes, selling tickets. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers, on the other hand, same thing. You know, they did this for marketing purposes, for selling tickets. That's all both teams did it for. They didn't win, because if they really wanted to win, if the Nets really wanted to win a championship, they would have won a championship, you know, around, you know, last month or this year. Why wait until next year? Because you don't know if KD is going to bounce. You don't know if Kyrie is going to bounce. So if the Nets don't get it together this year, what makes you think that KD and Kyrie is going to stick around? Just saying, because the only player that's under contract is James Harden. Kyrie has an option; he can opt out. KD has an option; he can opt out. So right now, it's a do or die for the Nets. The Lakers will be all right. The Lakers, LeBron James still got 3 more years on that team. So even if they don't make it, they could still rebuild or retool next year. The Nets, they don't have that luxury, because you're not going to build your team around James Harden like the Houston Rockets did. So that's just my opinion. I think my Knicks are probably going to win at least 37 games or probably 40 games next year. I don't think the East is all too bad, even though teams gotten better, but they're still in that rebuilding phase. So I just think that this whole notion that people get it, people just gotta calm down. People just gotta calm down. And I don't consider this a super team. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? The only two players on that team that has that have championships are AD and LeBron James. Yes, Russell Westbrook got to the NBA Finals, but lost. Carmelo Anthony was always getting bounced out, whether it was due to Dirk or Kobe. He was always keeping getting bounced out. So I'm not saying that he's going to explode or implode in the playoffs or in the NBA Finals, but the NBA Finals is a different breed. The games are much slower. The pace is much slower. You know what I'm saying? So this is the last time I'm gonna talk about it, and it is what it is. Y'all can take it as a grain of salt. I know Lakers fans are probably gonna be salty as heck, saying, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. We got that. We got this. We got." We'll see. Talk is cheap. Play the game. We'll see. We'll see come October. Like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.